This is the Stockwell Eldridge Show, giving you the real-time information you need to make educated decisions about buying and selling in the world-renowned Twin Cities. Now your hosts and real estate experts, Jason Stockwell and Don Eldridge.
Good morning, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Welcome to the Stockwell Eldridge Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. We have a great show for you today. I'm Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results.
And I'm Don Eldridge with RE/MAX Results. Thanks for tuning in this morning with us.
Our guest today, we're going to be talking about insurance, health insurance specifically. We have an expert in the house here from the area, Allison Kraus. She does health insurance. Welcome, Allison.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
And we have Don Doty back with Home Place Inspection, talking about inspections. And there's a lot of that going on right now. So there's a lot of good information on inspections. And you'll start to see a lot of sales happening and a lot more inspections. You're probably picking up, Don, right?
Picking up anything that's on the market is being sold.
Yes.
I was
Very
thinking
quickly,
I was thinking of a there she is. I was thinking of a baseball term when they say you can't hit a home run if you're in the dugout. So, you can't hit a home run by selling your house without listing your house. So you got to get going now.
Yes.
Today's the day.
Today, and now it's here. We've been talking about it since January, how the spring market is here, and the weather is actually cooperating and giving us signals, telling us that it's here. So Parade of Homes will be starting up very shortly, and the market is hot. So with that, Dawn, what's happening in the real estate market?
All right. Well, in the Twin Cities region for the weekend in February 4, new listings increased 3.3% to 1,282. This is from this time last year. And then also pending sales remained flat at 882, and inventory decreased 24% to 8,399. That number keeps going down. We need it to go
Or
up
staying the same.
other way.
Yes. So there's still low supply of homes. Stephanie Havel, Wells Fargo, how are you doing?
Hey, good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
So there's still a low supply of homes historically. And so if you're a seller, again, it's a great time. You've probably seen on Facebook, any real estate, where, again, I always say we're not afraid to get out there and tell you what's going on if there's an issue. And right now the issue is shortage of homes. So you're probably seeing all the realtors out there begging you to contact them to list your home and get your home on the market now, because we need homes to sell, which is true. However, the frustration sellers are seeing a frustration in their not having a place to go to because there's a low supply. So it kind of is a catch-22 on that end. But what are you seeing on mortgages, Stephanie?
Well, I was just going to say, great time to get pre-approved. It's a little bit slower time, in the market. Rates are still fantastic. I was just at an event yesterday, and, some people from Wells Fargo talking about, when rates, I didn't buy a house back in the late 80s, but, interest rates were 16, 17%. So even though rates have gone up a little bit, they're still historically low rates. So now's a great time to, get pre-approved. And if you're thinking you're going to sell your house and you want to move up, go ahead and get pre-approved. Come in, talk to somebody at Wells Fargo. We'll take a look at your options. Again, same thing. We talk about condos all the time. There are certain condo projects that need to get approved. Maybe sometimes people haven't moved out of those condos in a while, and there's things with associations and so forth. So always want to make sure that, just getting prepared. If you're thinking about selling your home, get pre-approved. If you're thinking about buying a home, there's a lot of new construction. The Parade of Homes is starting in a couple of weeks. So we've got some really great new construction financing options as well. We've got an extended lock program. So if you want to lock into that interest rate on your new construction home, but you're not going to buy it for it's not going to get built for another 5-6 months because they got a couple other on the docket that they need to build before yours, we can still go ahead and get you locked in at today's rates for tomorrow's prices. So.
And speaking of rates real quickly, Dawn and I was at a seminar as well presenting earlier, or last week actually. When you see a 4 in front of your interest rate, what does John Colopy, our broker, say? That's not going to happen?
In 8 years. Yeah. We went to the award event. That was great. But our broker, John Colopy, was talking about how in 8 years, everyone's going to be talking about, gosh, do you remember what the rates were back in 2017?
Shoulda, woulda. They're going to say shoulda,
bought
woulda.
then.
Well, and adjustable rates. Even this person that we were talking with yesterday at our Wells Fargo event said he's never had anything but a 7-1 arm. He always, and why wouldn't you lock into these lower rates? Most people, again, I know Jason, we talked about with our friend Elliot, people aren't staying in their houses for 30 years. And even if they are, most people are going to refinance out of their mortgage anyways because they're going to need cash out or debt consolidation, things like that. So we're really seeing an increase in interest in ARM rates. Which are going to be low. And then again, you get those locked in for 3, 5, 7, even 10 years.
Yeah, I've actually got some buyers that are locking into ARMs, and I'm like, wow, we're back.
Right.
We're back with this.
Yeah, and
they're
they've
doing
always
the
had such a
10-1
negative
ones.
connotation. And don't, people. If you talk to the right person, have your loan officer explain to you. They'll show you how an ARM works, how it, what are your options for it to adjust. Typically, you'll see a 2-year or a 2% cap. So even if you lock in at 4%, in 10 years from now, 6%, well, again, still historically low rates.
Well, and then you can take advantage of what you're locking into being lower and overpay. So try to pay the mortgage down.
And this data the guy showed from David Arbitz from the Minneapolis Association of Realtors, you guys have probably heard him talk. Since 1982, the average length of the person staying in their home has been 8 years.
Really?
For the past 30 years,
Wow.
back it was 6 years, and now we're seeing it a little bit longer, maybe because of the inventory and rates and things like that. But in 30 years, the average time that a person stays in their home is 6 to 8 years. So
Wow.
7-year, 10-year arm makes sense.
I've actually been showing people, we have some buyers, Jason and I have buyers that are looking in Edina, and they actually found a place that was not on the market. It was called TNAS. So if you're
Yes.
working with an agent, ask them to check the TNAS inventory. It means temporarily not available for showings. There's actually a large TNAS inventory. I was shocked. So it's found on the MLS, and it is a property that is not available for showings right now. And they actually purchased a TNAS property.
And that's
This
a,
guy said the reason why they did that is so that he could step out to go get back into his house and use the bathroom. Because there's so many people coming into the house. He said he had to put it at a TNAS status so he could
funny.
go in the house and take a bathroom and take a shower. Because
that's
there were so
funny.
many people coming into the house.
That's a good point
Look at
about-
all our showings on St. John's.
Yeah, and that's a good
amazing.
point about the temporary not available. So here's the other thing is I want to say thank you to you guys for listening out there because you guys are starting to call us, email us, inquire in, and have us and let us help you either with your home sale or your home purchase. So that's very, very, we're very, very thankful for that. And that temporary not available, that's another thing that comes with experience and also just going out and doing it. Most agents, if they're not experienced, they may see it temporarily not available, and the first thought they're going to think is, oh, that one's not available. It's either sold or it's gone. I'm not even going to make an inquiry on it. Take that one little step. Do a phone call, do an email, like you did, Dawn, on this one recently, and lo and behold, it's not sold. So you always have to think outside the box and be a little creative right now in this marketplace to find the properties.
Is there a reason why somebody would? I mean, maybe can you elaborate on that? Because for me as a consumer, like you said, why wouldn't it be available to show then?
Well, there's the whole point of that is sometimes it is. Some agents put it to temporary not available once it's under contract, even.
Okay.
Because they don't want showings anymore.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's what
I've-
most agents think. When I see a
Yep.
temporary, the first thing in my head is, oh, it must be gone. But maybe not. So the point of this is to
it could be
maybe
like
not.
your one customer who just loved the month of January, right? Remember? And
took
she
it
just.
off. And guess what happened with that one? I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago, folks. There was one in temporary not available for the whole month of January. We had an
'Cause she
agent reach out, said, hey, what's the status on this? We said, oh, it's off for the month of January. Oh, can we just peek and see it? Lo and behold, great offer, came to terms, went through inspection, it's now closing.
So there's a perfect example. She just really
For-
didn't want a lot of traffic in her
For
home.
over $50,000 higher than the offer that we had when we were on the market last fall.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
great.
It's great. It's really good.
Good for your seller. Good for you. That's great.
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing. Like I had never heard about until yesterday. That's what the guy, and we're all cracking up because I didn't know what that meant. Not available, and he said, just cracked that joke. So that was funny. So yeah, good
Off
stuff. Good
market and
information.
temporary not available. So when we get back, folks, we'll be talking a little bit about Trump and a little bit about healthcare and a little bit about home inspections. So stay tuned for some exciting conversation. I'm Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results.
And I'm Dawn Eldridge, RE/MAX Results.
Thanks for listening.